Okay, so this is how to support kids with distance learning and teaching the skills they need to be successful. This is just a jump off point. These are ideas. This is not a how to. We can get more in depth in other ways. If a student was not independent in your classroom, in other words, you had to stand behind them to point to the paper to remind them to get back to work, or you moved over and used proximity to help them refocus, they're not independent at home either. They're probably not having a parent sit behind them. They're probably not being redirected. These are some really difficult skills. In many ways, these are what we would expect out of college students. You have to go off and do all these things by yourself, and we trust that you have the skills to do it. In reality, a lot of our students really don't have the skills, and we need to help teach some of these skills. That's what this video is about. First of all, how to do lists. It's interesting. I did a survey. I broke it down by grade to see if there was a difference with my seniors compared to my freshmen. It turns out, no, they're identical. 50% of all of my students basically said, I don't know how to make an effective to-do list, which means they also did not know how to prioritize. Although this is not part of our curriculum, if we want students to be successful, we need to teach how to create a to-do list. Sort of like, no, we don't have to teach how to take notes in class, but if we want our students to be successful, we teach them how to write notes, how to use notes, what to do with notes, those kind of things. They may not be part of our curriculum, but we do need to teach how to do a to-do list. Students want and very much need help in breaking down a week's worth of material. If you give them and say a week's worth of material and say, hey, good luck, it's pretty overwhelming. It would be overwhelming to me too. So what they need, and they made it perfectly clear, they need help. This is what to do on Monday. This is what to do on Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. This is how long it should take. This is what the goal is. If we break it down into manageable pieces and put it on the front of our splash page on Canvas, they can do it. They're going to be much more successful. They're going to feel stronger about themselves, and you're going to get better results from your students. Schedules are real issues. A lot of our students are doing work at crazy times. It doesn't matter the time they do it. Research shows if we want kids to be successful with distance learning, they can do it at midnight every single night, but then they need to have a routine that at midnight, this is what I'm doing. What the schedule is when you wake up, when you're going to be dressed, when you're going to eat, those kind of things, if they can be consistent, will help. This is a great thing to put a reminder in our weekly emails and help kids refocus. We have a lot of kids who are easily distracted. We know this. Cell phones are not going to be less of a problem at home when they have no one monitoring them. So having students and kind of reminding students 25 minutes worth of work, 5 minutes worth of break really helps a lot of those students, and kind of putting that in our emails, our reminders, talking about it when we get to groups together doing Google or Zoom, whatever we're doing, reminding kids 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of break. It brings a balance. And for these kids who are easily distracted, usually they're like, okay, I can hang in just a little longer, and they can keep working until they've earned that break. We need to remind students how to take notes. They forget, they panic, they need help with the notes. We also need to talk about emails versus office hours. I felt really guilty. I didn't use office hours at all. Students said office hours were really helpful if they happened to be doing schoolwork at the same time you had office hours. Otherwise, if they could get a faster email response, they preferred that. Bottom line, it's not how we did it. It's not the email versus office hours. It's our response time, how quickly we could get help to them. So responding quickly is the key. Sending reminders, students were like, yeah, that's really helpful. Please send me reminders so that I don't get off track. And you can set that up through Canvas. And you can also have delayed reminders, which are great. Getting parents involved, very helpful. I have not had a single parent who said, no, I do not want to help my kid. No, I do not want my child to be successful. Don't be scared to make that phone call. Technology support, this is my personal big goal. It doesn't have to be yours, but this one's mine. I'm going to own it. I had a lot of students who said, yeah, I should know how to use this technology, but I'm kind of nervous, or I flat out don't know how to, or I'm quite frankly very uncomfortable with this. My personal goal is on the splash page to have a technology resource area where they can go ahead and put in, or I put in a bunch of links to videos to help them. But I know that probably they're not going to go back to the splash page. My personal goal is to, once I have this resource center set up, I want to be able to copy those links and embed them into the homework assignments so that when students are working along and they get in trouble and they don't know what to do, boom, the resource is right there. They don't have to go looking for it. Maybe that helps for you. Maybe not. This is something I'm working on. If you want to get together and share links so we don't all have to create the same to-do or the same technology links, let's make that one happen. Want to talk about some more ideas and discuss things, have a soundboard, whatever, come talk to me.